Hello everybody, welcome to On the Bright Side. My name is Daniel, ow, and I am watching Fate Apocrypha. Last time on Fate Apocrypha, we watched 2 episodes in which we decided that the most pressing issue was defeating Jack the Ripper. She has been surviving off of killing mages in order to fulfill this dream for her master. But last time we ended with Atalante killing Jack's master, and with her dying breaths, she used a command spell, and Jack unleashed this fog that has pulled everyone into some sort of Victorian England reality marble situation. You know? We've all been through it. So, if you guys are excited for more Fate Apocrypha, then you should subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single Fate Apocrypha reaction going forward. Let's begin episode 18, From Hell. 3, 2, 1, go. You specifically, Atalante, are going to face her wrath. Oh boy. Many children. Wee! Alright, I keep expecting an intro to play. Oh, hello. Yeah. Do you not recognize yourself, or? Okay. Atalante backstory. And that's, That looks a lot like a caster. I'm forgetting. Oh my god. Well. So we each get our own personalized little hell, huh? No. Is that Jean? Or they look similar. I'm seeing characters that look similar to. Oh my god. Well. That one Legend of Zelda cutscene. So it's very psychological horror now. Jeez. Oh yeah. You wanted to learn more about humans. There are 2 sides to human nature, unfortunately. Okay, so it wasn't John, it just looked kind of similar. Yeah. Jean should be much more immune to this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, everyone else is having psychological horror inflicted upon them. Oh, hi! How you doing? Jesus Christ. Oh boy. That doesn't seem like a hard and fast rule to me. It's how Jack views the world, isn't it? So all of you are children who died in Victorian England. Or weren't even born. No, you're tiny.
あなたたちはただの哀れな犠牲者でしょう。
救ってかわいそうな、とてもかわいそうなジャックを救って。
それはできません。あなたたちはすでに彼の伝説に組み込まれています。倒すことはできても救うことはできない。
そんな、やだよ。
Dang, Sean's like that nothing can change
あなたたちを
the
滅ぼします。
past.
かの名を口にし救われよ。生きるべき場所へと導く者の名を。
Why? Oh,
何のつもり
you
ですか？
have a little bit of an arm thing happening.
何をやろうとしている？
I'm about to kill some children.
子供なんだぞ。この子たちは悪ですらない犠牲者だ。
Yeah, I said
罪に
that.
挟み潰された哀れな魂だ。
I'm aware.
貴様を許さない。
You can't save them. God damn it.
魂を帰還させることが救いなのです。何が救いなものか。
I love that Sieg is just like, I am dying.
殺さないためだろう。その手を血まみれにしないために。そう思いますか。まさか私はあの戦いに加担した。戦うと決めた。その瞬間から私の手は血にまみれているので
That's a
す。
familiar face.
私を甘く見ないでください。彼女たちを滅ぼすことに迷いなどない。ならば貴様は聖女などではない。その通りです。
Yeah, she said as much.
ここは彼女たちの記
Or
憶
at least she doesn't like that.
永遠にこの曖昧な世界でその子たちを苦しませ続けるつもりですか、アーチャー。
Good point.
私がこの子たちを見捨てたら誰がこの子たちを愛してくれるというのだ。貴様の神か。魂を帰還させると言ったな、ルーラー。
I'm looking at their hair. That's definitely Jean.
ねえ、あなたは私たちを本当に殺すつもりなの？
Murder is a strong word.
それしかないの？
Can we call it? Ooh.
はい。よせやめろ。やめてくれ。
There you go. Ooh, there they go. Oh. Hi.
仕方ないんだね。
どうかあなた方の魂に安らぎがありますように。
死にたくないな。
That's not how I expected Jack to
ねえ、
go
あ
out.
なたは悲しい？
いいえ、あなたたちはあるべき場所に向かうだけ。
It's
悲しむ
setting
べきことで
the
はありま
order.
せん。
あなたもかわいそうだね。
Dang. Cut deep. Are they going to heaven? Is Jack going to heaven? I don't know about that one, but oh, your arm is still bad.
彼女たちを殺めたな。たとえ何を言ってもあなたは納得しないでしょう。
Oh, it seems that way. Oh, this is a cool shot.
救えた。
Missed?
私の力では無理でも聖杯の力で。
Where were you gonna get that from? Trapped in there.
武田景色は神なる鉄になり
Oh shit. Alright, I guess now we got it. We gotta kill Adelante.
子供を殺したんだ。
Thank you.
もう大丈夫。
偽の聖女、お前は絶対に許さん。
Is she gonna get away?
逃げるつもりですか、赤のアーチャー。
このアタランテが射抜いてやる。
I guess that's a battle for another day.
マスターのことは
ルラ、あれが人間なのか。魔術師ではないただの人間たちがあんな簡単に地獄を作り出せるのか。
あなたが見たものを私もかつて見ました。どうしようもない非道をあらゆる言い訳でやってのける残酷さ、確かに人間の中に存在します。
That's
家庭に
part
処され
of
なければ私は主のために戦い
being free, get to make your own choices, and sometimes those choices are bad.
それでも人間を見限らないでください。
But I agree.
人に冷めることは簡単で、人を憎むことはもっと簡単で、人を愛し続けるのは難しいことだから。
あなたはまだ諦めていないのか。
ええ、諦めてなどいません。
I agree with Jean there.
そうか。
I like that sentiment.
ルーラー
Man, it's been a long night.
取り逃したようです。
Of
す
course.
ぐ戻るでしょう。
あーちゃん、
手はずを
You interrupted hand-holding time.
私はマスターの元へ戻ります。
Extremely lewd.
最後に一つ教えてほしい。なぜ赤のアーチャーはあなたを許さない？
正義と悪は立ち位置が複雑で、いくらでも切り替わるものです。私は彼女にとって明確な悪です。
Sean has some good lines this episode.
悪。
私は自分でもそう思っているのです。私は聖女などではありません。
自分はこれから幾度となくあの光景を思い出すのだろう。世界は美しいとついさっきまで俺は信じていた。
It's not a beautiful
だがあ
place.
の地獄はいつも自分の中にある。俺はいつかその答えを見つけなければならないだろう。どれくらい時がかかろうとも。
Hold on, we got a lengthy after credit scene. Ah. William.
さて、いよいよ天草四郎とジャンヌ・ダルク、二人の聖人の対決へと向かうこの物語。
Yeah?
そこに迷い込んできた一体の
Why are you telling me this? Are we entering the final arc? Is that what you're saying to me?
単なる道化か。うまくいきますかどうか。
Shakespeare.
応用のご見物を。
Okay. Shakespeare can't tell me what to do. That was a good episode. It would have fit if I watched all three of them together, the last three, but I think this episode stands apart from the previous two as being a first of all better and a good conclusion to that little arc. I would imagine that this was like in the light novels, maybe it was like a whole novel just dedicated to these chapters, because from what I remember, light novels can usually be adapted in about 3 episodes. Now, I haven't read too many light novels, but I did read the No Game No Life light novels, because back when I watched that, I was really sad that they weren't going to continue it. So I'm like, I guess I'll just read the light novels. And I found out that about the first 3 episodes encompass the entire first light novel. So it's around that. That's besides the point. That was just one of the first anime I ever watched, and I super loved it. I don't like it as much nowadays, but anyway, this episode we were plunged into hell, and Sieg had a very interesting journey in this episode. And it was very interesting. This episode contrasts really well with last episode, being that last episode had Sieg kind of experiencing the town of Trifas, and seeing how this very peaceful town. Can we say that there were far too many people out at night for there being newspapers talking about a killer? But the town is very nice, and people get along. So Sieg was all like, oh, this is humanity. They help each other out. They're altruistic. They are kind to each other. It's beautiful. That's what to strive for. And then he finds out that humans have not always been like that, or they aren't always like that. We didn't have to pick Victorian England specifically for Sieg to learn that humans are not perfect, and sometimes they can be cruel and terrible to each other. Although I guess that time period was the thing about Jack the Ripper is that it has turned Victorian England into like this time period of like death and crime being like a big thing, because especially in London being very dangerous during the 1800s. I'm also watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on this channel, and part 1 takes place during the 1800s in England, and Jonathan goes to London and is like almost immediately mugged or attempted. I guess that's also the time period of where Sherlock Holmes was kind of spawned from. So there's just something about that time in the legend of humanity that like that time in London was particularly dangerous. And I mean, that just kind of happens when you like put a bunch of people together in one place. It creates stress. We'd like to think that people nowadays have gotten used to living in cities so much that it's less dangerous. You know, you can look at New York City, for example. Pretty much throughout the majority of the 1900s, New York City was seen as a hub for quite a bit of crime. It's notable nowadays for being actually a fairly safe city. The police department likes to be like, we went an entire day without any murder, and it's like, whoa. Or was it an entire day without any crime being called? It was something like that. I wonder if that's just because we've gotten just used to living in cities. It would be an interesting thing, but it is true that there's probably there's just something in humans that a human cannot be like benevolent towards all other humans. It's extremely difficult to be like, all humans are deserving of the same graces as all others. So it leads to this idea of evil, of that there are some people that have this evil. But like John said, that changes depending on perspective. I personally think that like evil is like a bad word for describing anything as complex as humans. And maybe it's because I'm kind of optimistic towards humans, but like it is, like John said, it's easy to get disillusioned with humans. It's easy to hate humans. I feel like I try really hard to not be like that, but it's a complicated topic. I kind of don't want to get further into it because I'm just going to go in circles because it's all philosophy. But it's I really like this episode because it discussed these really complicated topics with the character Sieg, who is like a little baby learning the world for the first time. And it feels like it's been a while since Sieg has really had to learn some of these hard truths about life. Like, he had to learn about freedom, deciding what to do, but now he's gotten to learn that depending on his choices, he could be seen as evil, and that other humans can be terrible to each other. So while he strives to make the world a better place, he will always remember that there's darkness. And now that darkness is ingrained in him. Sieg as a character is I like the idea of like a homunculus kind of learning about these things. I don't know if Sieg has always been the best execution, but he is probably, being the main character, the most fleshed out character in this show. But compared to like other Fate protagonists, like I don't like him more than Shiro or Kiritsugu, for example. But this episode did make me like him quite a bit more, so I appreciate that the past couple of episodes have been building to this less action-focused finale, just very character-focused. It's good. Of course, I'm missing the action, but I'm sure we're gonna get that over the next many episodes, because Shakespeare seems like he was setting up like we're in like the end game now. The only thing to do is to take on Shiro and his army and see how that goes. But there were some other details in this episode that I feel like are important to talk about, particularly about Atalante and her backstory. Talked about how she was saved as a child by the goddess Artemis, and that has influenced her to want to save all children. She cannot abide by any child dying, but this darkness in her arm, is that affecting her emotional state at all? Like, was it affecting her ability to think rationally? We got it. We had to get out of that. You could not find the Holy Grail in that, I don't think. The woman that Atalante was brushing the hair of, she had the hair color and the ears of Castor from Stay Night. And I am forgetting her name. Medea. Got it. I did it. Woo! Were they around at the same time? I guess I can look that up. They are both part of the Argonauts, so yes. Medea has a much bigger part to play in the story, it seems. But I am also reading here why she has cat ears and cat tail, because part of her, and I didn't know this, part of her symbolism is a lion. I think I didn't fully clock this when I read about Atalante for the first time, that there are actually two different like versions of her, and they're definitely going with the Argonaut version, who is known for being primarily a hunter. Caledonian boar hunt. Oh, this boar was sent by Artemis, and Atalante won its hide by wounding it first with an arrow. I think I talked about, like, when I first learned the name Atalante, mostly about this foot race legend. But it's clearly that this version is drawing more from. But it is interesting. I wonder if there is another version of Atalante that's just like, I'm very fast. I mean, she is fairly fast anyway, but sometimes fate combines the legends. Atalante is now pretty much fully against Jean, so that might be a battle that we have to resolve another day. But we'll see how that goes. I guess the other main thing to talk about is the fact that Jack is gone. That little girl that kind of became Jack, at once all the children's souls went in to her, is that like the real version, not the or is it the gray-haired little girl? They all became Jack. It's all of these children's souls within her, the lamentation of these children who died without love from a mother, which is why Jack has connected so strongly with her master. Jack had an interesting conversation with Jean, in which basically Jack just, like, I've never seen a battle really resolved this way. This is like the second character in Apocrypha to really just like accept their death. But unlike Siegfried, Jack just kind of let herself disappear, be erased by Jean. She had an interesting line about how you're pitiable too, and I do think that about Jeanne d'Arc as like a character, or as like a legend. It's hard to not feel like sad, for Jeanne. It's burned at the stake. It's bad. It's bad. And then now she's still exactly the same. When she's summoned again, it's like the fact that hasn't affected her at all. That's what makes Jeanne an interesting character. It's amazing how you can be like that, because Jack was very clearly affected by her lot in life. Oh yeah, we also saw it was Gil de Race, right? On the horse, the one who was like, that's a familiar face, before he went insane. Yeah, it was just a very interesting episode. Lots of different, lots of character building, and very much setting up. Now, I mean, I gotta respect Jack a bit for just accepting their death. Next time, we should be gearing up to finish this war. How many servants are left? Are we down to 7? 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you count rulers? If we don't count rulers, it is 7, right? Unless my math is wrong, unless I'm forgetting someone, which is possible. But yeah. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this episode. If you did, you can let me know by leaving a like, and you can subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single Fate Apocrypha reaction going forward. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this episode, and I hope that I can make your day better, and I hope that you continue to have good days. Till next time, take it easy, everyone. Oh god, I'm blurry! Ah!